Today I'm going to share how much I made my very first month of being monetized on YouTube as a small channel. Not from a point of bragging, but from a point of encouragement. If I can do it, you can do it. I know that being monetized is a goal for many of us. It was for me. In case someone else can benefit from it, I thought I would share what I did to get monetized, how long it took me, how often I posted, and some of my back end analytics. So you can see exactly what I saw my very first month of making money on YouTube. Let's go. So first of all, there are two criteria to getting monetized, which if you're new to YouTube, you didn't know anything about this. I sure didn't, so I was looking into it. And the two criteria are you have to have 4,000 public watch hours in a 365-day period. So if you posted a video a couple years ago and it's still getting some traction, that doesn't count. If you posted an unlisted video, that doesn't count. You also can earn your watch hours through shorts views, and it takes 10 million shorts views in the last 90 days. And the other is pretty straightforward. It's 1,000 subscribers. When you hit both of those criteria, 4,000 watch hours in the last calendar year and 1,000 subscribers, you become eligible for what's called the YouTube Partner Program. Once you're part of the Partner Program, you will actually start to earn money from ads that run during your videos. Now, prior to being part of the YouTube Partner Program, YouTube can choose to add ads to your videos and not compensate you. And if you post video that you don't have the rights to, the owners of that content may earn money from those ads that run during a video you uploaded. Now, what's interesting for me, and we'll get into it when I go through my process, is it took me longer to get the watch hours than it did to get the subscribers. And from watching videos like this in the past, it seems like the opposite is mostly true, that it's easier to get the watch hours than the subscribers, but everyone's got their own journey. Once you realize both qualifications, you will be invited to be part of the YouTube Partner Program, which I was pretty excited when that happened, actually. Once you become eligible, you'll have to set up an account with Google AdSense. So you'll have to do that using your Gmail account. There are a few steps that go into setting up your Google AdSense account. And so I've heard you can actually do that in advance of being invited to the partner program, which may be a smart idea if you want to get ahead of the game, but one of them is an identity confirmation. And so they will mail you in the US mail a PIN that you then have to enter into your account. And that takes a couple of weeks, if I recall, to get that mailed piece in my USPS mail. And then the other thing, of course, for the direct deposit verification, they do put a dollar amount that's undisclosed at the time of deposit into your account. You have to watch for it, and then a couple days later tell them the amount so they can verify your direct deposit is set up correctly. So there are a few steps like that where they're verifying who you are and that you have that banking access, etc. So there are a few steps to go through, but I was totally fine with it because I'm like, okay, this feels legit. I mean, if they had said, bring an egg and an empty briefcase to the abandoned train station on 4th Street, I would have been a little skeptical. So how are you able to see all of this progress? So there are actually two apps you can download. One, of course, is the YouTube app where you can consume content and see your videos and reply to comments. But then there's actually the YouTube Studio app, which on a desktop, it's the same thing, but on your mobile device, it's actually two different apps. And if you're like me, you're checking it all the time. I love that little bell going off and someone commenting on a video, and I try and get in there as quickly as I can. Obviously, I work full time, so I'm not able to check it every day during the week. But when I get home, I'm very eager to respond to and read those comments. All right, drum roll, please. How much did I make my very first month of being monetized on YouTube? $470.38. So that was my first 30 days of being monetized, not my first calendar month. My first calendar month, I only was monetized halfway through the month, and it was $184. And that's what I'll be paid out on, minus taxes. I haven't gotten it yet, but I also haven't gotten an invitation to meet someone at a train station. So I'm hoping it's gonna come. And because I've had no outlay of expenses for YouTube, this is pure profit. I was trying to figure out my hourly rate, and given that I have created, let's call it 40 videos, and I'm making, let's call it $500, and I spend about 10 hours a week on this, looks like my average salary is 80 cents an hour. Something like that. Of course, it's not profitable. It's just fun. Maybe someday. So how long did it take me to get monetized, and how often was I posting? So I started posting in January of 2023 with a goal of posting every week, or actually my goal at that time was 50 videos, allowing myself 2 skips during the year. My initial video, I blast to all of my friends and family, and I think they all gave me one shot. And so it was better received than some of my subsequent videos, even though it was actually terrible. Heard it say, and I definitely agree, if you are starting out on YouTube, please understand that your first 10, dozen, couple dozen videos are not going to be good. Even hear of people taking down and making unlisted their earlier work because they're so ashamed of it. I think it's fun to go back and look how much I've improved. I didn't even have thumbnails on my first couple of videos. I didn't really know what those were. And honestly, the content was all about decluttering, and I think people weren't so interested in that. And then I had a video where I took my 2 teenage daughters to Mexico on a trip, and they were dancing on tables and drinking margaritas, and they're beautiful girls. And of course, that was my first video that had any substantial performance. And I don't attribute it to me. It was because everyone wanted to see the mom and her daughters on a trip to Mexico partying. So that one got over 15,000 views, and I was super excited, but it wasn't replicatable because I'm not able to go on a trip with my daughters all of the time. However, I did go on a trip with my boyfriend a month later, and that video did much better than most of my normal videos. So maybe it wasn't just the girls, although I think that had something to do with it, but people liked my vlog style videos, I thought. I tried to keep up with my weekly videos, but I didn't quite make that cadence, and I had published 13 videos from January to the end of May in 2023. My daughter was graduating from high school, and I wanted to concentrate on spending the summer with her before she went to college, so I didn't publish again until after she went back to college in September. So I took a 3-month break. And if you've heard it said once, I'll say it again, YouTube doesn't like breaks. The algorithm, or whatever pushing out content, does seem to like consistency. So when I came back in September, I thought, great, perfect. People seem to like my vlogs. I'll do a few of those. No, I feel like I got a little slap on the hand actually, because those videos were not well received. It was almost like starting over with the cadence of posting in the number of views I was getting. And maybe the content wasn't the greatest either, but did not get a lot of views. So by the end of 2023, I had published 20 videos, but I'd also skipped 5 months. So I skipped 3 in the summer and then 2 at the end of the year. Subscriber count, I had 239 subscribers. And I think most of those subscribers, other than friends and family, came from that Mexico video vlog because people liked watching my daughters. So fast forward to January 15th, 2024, I recommitted to posting and committed to posting weekly, and I have not missed a week. My goal was to, by the end of the year, be monetized. I've watched a lot of videos like this in the past, and it doesn't seem unusual for people to take a year to get monetized when they're posting consistently. And so I felt like that would be a really good goal for me. And given that I had some experience from posting the prior year, I wasn't starting from scratch, so I felt like it was super attainable. Initially, my videos weren't performing that great, just like the year before. I had one that did a little bit better, and I think it might have been because of the thumbnail. Maybe it had some searchable terms. I don't know. It's always a mystery. You're always guessing. It's almost like an algebra equation. Like, if I do this on this side, do I get a different outcome on the other side? It's fascinating to me. But I share this all out of encouragement. I've posted a lot of videos with not a lot of results or views. If any of you out there have videos that you've put together and you've put your heart and soul into them and you think this is going to be amazing, it's going to take off, this is a great video, I'm so proud of it, and then it just flops, I feel you. I can relate. Just a little bit of my own experience and words of wisdom from my times on other social media apps. It's never the one that you think it's gonna be. Sometimes you throw something up there and it goes viral, and sometimes you think, this one is creative, this one is thoughtful, this one is amazing, this one is beautiful, and it just... So none of my videos were doing super well, but I was getting into the practice of being consistent. And part of it's building a habit and building it into your life. Again, I do work full time, so I am doing this on the weekends. I'm doing my filming, and then on the weeknights is when I'm doing my editing and all the creative efforts that go along with it. And then in early March, I posted my first try-on haul video, which I kind of roll my eyes at because it doesn't take a lot of brain power or creativity to try things on and comment about them. But it did pretty well compared to my other videos, and I thought, okay, I guess I'm going to be a try on haul account. I don't know. And then I posted a couple more vlog style videos. These actually did pretty well again as compared to the vlog ones I had done in the fall. I don't know if it's because I had been posting consistently that YouTube chose to show them more. Maybe the content or the video quality was just better. I don't know, but these actually performed much better than some of my other content. So 2 months of posting into 2024, I had been posting consistently every week, and I had gained a total number of 20 subscribers. So I was now up to 259. And then I did my very first Temu try on haul video, which got a lot of responses, and it wasn't filmed very well. So I did get responses about how to make it better. If I can provide some encouragement and advice, it's to really pay attention to those comments, because one comment in particular said, hey, if you orientate this more horizontally, you might get better responses. She was right. So video 37, I posted another Temu haul and it kind of took off. Currently it's sitting at over 42,000 views, which is kind of mind-blowing to me. I published it on May 6th and I kept watching the subscriber count and the watch time hours increase, and I knew I was gonna hit it. On May 12th, just a handful of days after I posted that video, I went over 1,000 subscribers. But I didn't have the watch time hours yet. Like I've mentioned before, I've seen it where a lot of people hit their watch time hours before they hit their subscriber count. I'm thinking maybe you'll find this where you don't have a lot of videos that perform well, but maybe just one or a couple like me, that you'll get more subscribers than you'll get the watch time hours. But I was gaining watch hours from the people that were watching that video, and the day after I had 3,920 watch hours. And then finally on May 14th, I hit that 4,000 mark for my watch hours, and I was invited to be part of the YouTube Partner Program. And I just have to say, from an emotion standpoint, it feels so satisfying. It feels so rewarding. You're being acknowledged for something that you've put so much of yourself into. So how long did it take me? Well, once I started posting consistently, it only took me 4 months. But I did have the whole prior year. So technically, it took me 16 months, minus the 5 months I took off. So 11? As you can see, my cadence choice is to post only once a week. I do work full time, and given that I'm doing everything myself, I'm doing my own recording, I'm doing my own editing, I'm creating my own little thumbnails, it's a lot of work. It's really a one-person show, and so that's all I can really offer at this point. I would love the ability to post more often. I think it's super fun and I'm enjoying myself immensely on this platform, and love hearing your comments, as I mentioned, and love interacting with all of you. But given my other commitments, I just don't think it's possible at this time. Maybe someday. All right, should we go ahead and look at the back end of all of this? Okay, so you can see on my first day of being part of the partner program, I made $3.01. Do not forget that 1 cent. Which at this point was my lowest paying day so far. I'm obviously very new to this program, and so I'm sure there will be days where I hit that low volume again. But I was so excited just to be a professional YouTuber, meaning I got paid $3.01. You can see I kind of hovered around $10 or so for a little bit, and then I had a little bit of an increase, and that of course corresponded to a video that did a little bit better, and that was $16. So my most profitable day in May was that one. It was $16.67. Then if we look in June, it's pretty consistently above $10, in the $10 to $15 range. My lowest profitability day was $10.55. Then I posted another Temu video because that's what YouTube seems to like. And you can see I shot up to $75 in a single day. Wow. But that was pretty short-lived. You can see the spike goes up and comes straight down. But even so, I had a couple of $25 and $30 days in there, so that's all pretty nice. One thing that's super interesting about the back end is you can see which video is making you the most money, and some of the videos that I recorded and posted a year ago are making me money. Now, not a ton. I wouldn't quite call it residual income, but it's an effort that I put out over a year ago and haven't thought anything about, and I just got $5 from it. Not too bad. You can see here the RPMs, which is how much YouTube pays you per 1,000 views of each video. Obviously, it's better to have higher RPMs because then you're getting paid at a higher rate. So how do you make money on YouTube? So I'm getting paid through watch paid ads and then also a tiny sliver through YouTube Premium. Watch paid ads are when ads appear before, during, anytime alongside your video, and the advertisers will pay when their ads are run. The YouTube Premium is when a viewer who pays for a YouTube Premium subscription to be ad free watches one of your videos. You can actually choose which of your videos to include running ads on, and maybe you don't want to run ads on all your videos. I want to run ads on all my videos. Show me the money. One thing I didn't realize right away is YouTube will place ads at what they consider natural breaks in your content, but you can go in and put them in other places. So at one point it broke up something that I thought was kind of a pun, and to break it up, I didn't think was going to deliver that pun effectively. So I slightly shifted it. The other is through supers. I think it's where you can get gifts or donations. Maybe if you're going live, people want to throw you some money. I don't do any of that. One, I've never gone live on YouTube, and two, I don't know why people would send me any money. That's bizarre to me. But if you want to send me some money, sure. I do just want to emphasize that I am still creating content that isn't super well viewed, and that's okay. And it can feel discouraging, or you can feel like maybe your time and effort isn't worth it, but I do want to let you know that every time you post, one, it's building that muscle memory of consistency in your daily activities, and you're choosing to spend your time making a video, and instead of scrolling on your phone or laying on the couch, you're doing something active, and over time you're going to learn from that. And even if it was a flop, what can you learn from it? I can go back to many of my videos that had low views and go, yep, I know why that one had a low view. It was because of XYZ. But you're not going to necessarily get that perspective right away. I can go back and look at my videos from a year ago and have that perspective. But the ones that I just published, I think most of them are pretty good. And that just shows I've been growing as a creator, and you will too if you commit to the process. So what would I do differently if I was starting over a YouTube channel from scratch? Number one, I would not be so hard on myself. When you post a video and it doesn't perform well, or you don't get the comments or views or likes that you were hoping for, you just have to remember that it's all a learning experience, and that concept of failing forward is so true. Even when it doesn't perform well, you're learning. Number two, I would commit to consistency earlier on and just do it, and almost not even get started until I can be consistent. Now, I chose a cadence that is weekly, but you just need to choose a cadence that works for your schedule. Maybe you can commit to more videos a week. Maybe you can do 2 or 3 a week. Maybe all you can do is 1 a month. But I do firmly believe, and I don't have any evidence other than anecdotal and from what I've heard other people say, that posting on a consistent basis is what the YouTube channel rewards. Because number one, your viewers come to expect a weekly post or whatever your cadence is. And then number two, whatever this algorithm is and however it works, it also comes to expect and reward and push out content from a creator that is posting with a regular cadence. And then lastly, just do it. I have been thinking about doing a YouTube channel for years, and I'm gonna date myself a little bit, but when my kids were little, people had blogs, and I kept thinking, oh, I'm too old for a blog, I missed it. If only I had started 5 years earlier, I could have had a blog. And I started thinking the same thing with YouTube. Oh, well, if I'd started 5 years ago, maybe I could be a YouTuber. A year, 3 years, 5 years, it's gonna pass whether you start your channel or not. So what are you waiting for? You need to start your channel today. Just post something. It's not gonna be good. That's okay. Not very many people are gonna see it anyway. If you're thinking about starting a channel, or maybe you're a small channel like me and looking for some encouragement, I believe in you. You can do this. Let me know what questions you have and how I can help. As I mentioned, I've had no outlay of expenses for YouTube. If you'd like to know how I've set up my channel without paying anything, check out this video next.